We are so glad that you are. So come on in, welcome. Glad to see you here. Absolutely. So for anyone that is out there, please go ahead and put where you're chiming in from. Let us know that you can hear us and where are you chiming in from. We just want to shout you out. Glad you're here. On this sensational Sunday, we're about to get started. Absolutely. So who am I going to shout out first? Who's out there? Come on now. Don't be shy. Let me know who it is. Otherwise, if I see your name, I'm going to shout you out anyway. How about that? No, honestly, though, we just want to know who's out there. So let us know. All right, people. More people are coming on as well. All right. I see Felicia and Carrie and Royalty, Kim and Yolanda. Welcome. Come on in. Glad you all made it. Happy to see you all smiling faces. But seriously, though, we appreciate your support. It means a lot to us. So I'm going to go ahead and see who's out there to shout you off and where you're chiming in from. Yolanda says, I am Pasadena, California. Welcome. And as usual, Kim is saying, hey, Rich Rising Jews crew family. ATL Georgia is always in the building. Yes, you are. Definitely. And Felicia's like, Rich Rising family. Welcome. Thank you all. Appreciate it. So we definitely want to say thank you. And the way that we say that is we just want to continue to prepare what our mission is. And what I mean by that is, what we definitely stand for and nothing but it. So who else is out there? I'll share the mission in just a moment. I don't see anybody else. Oh, there we go. We're getting more people coming on. Oh my goodness. Come on in, everybody. Absolutely. Glad you made it. All right. As I usually say, we have a talented crew behind the scenes, and we always do. And they definitely are able to be creative and put things together. And one of the things is their video, our own personal Jew show video. And so because we have that own video of ours, we love to share it every single time. It's got a nice beat, nice little dance to it, but it just says so much about the Jew show and what we truly stand for. So we're looking forward to you dancing along to that video once it pops up as well. In the meantime, who else is out there joining us? Now, the current video that you see is part of the community that we are part of, which is nationwide. So that's what you're seeing right now. And the importance of it is not so much as the sound, but just how many people are part of this nationwide community, which means that it's been around for a long time. It's no joke. It's not going anywhere. And definitely shows the magnitude of support for sure. So, but like I said, we have our own video. So without further ado, and the sound about to pop up, get ready to enjoy.
Sit down. Yeah. Come and get the juice. Yeah.
Juice is respect, power. How far will you go to get it?
Absolutely. How far will you go to get the juice, the power? Absolutely. So before we get started, I just want to share with you our mission statement. And why is that so important? I kid you not. The reason why is to give you a platform or an idea of what we stand for and what we truly believe in. So, to inspire and empower individuals by providing a platform for entrepreneurs to share their transformative stories and as well as expertise. The Juice Show podcast highlights the importance of real estate investing, financial literacy, and business ownership as a pathways to achieving financial independence and building generational wealth. That's what we believe in, that's what we stand for, because any and everybody can be a part of that. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the Juice Crew and then give you what we're going to talk about today. So we have Jerry, James, Bobby, and Teresa, and myself behind the scenes as well. So you say, what? What is today? What is our topic today? I'm going to tell you, the most important topic today is where we always love to begin. And where is that? The topic is simply this. And I kid you not, getting started in real estate, the lessons that will give you the winning edge. So take it away, crew.
Bam! The lessons, right? I like this. Hold on. Am I unmuted? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Loud
Okay.
and clear, bro.
Awesome. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Juice Show. Right today, we are like kind of diving in to getting started in real estate, right? And some of the lessons we've learned, from our journey, right? And kind of starting this thing off. So, a few different things that we wanted to kind of touch base on was misconceptions, right? Some of the things that we believed, right, coming into real estate. And I'm gonna start this thing off with giving that very first for me that that misconception or myth that totally was blown out of the water when I kind of came into this community. And that was you need money to get started, right? How many of us like really truly believe that, oh, you need some money to do some real estate? Is it like I show up, in the chat or whatever, put something in the chat, I in the chat or whatever. If you were a person that figured you needed money to kind of start your real estate journey, type something in the chat. Who was it? Me, you? It definitely was me, for sure. Right? Um, the reason why I asked that question is because some people are stuck right now today and haven't moved forward because they feel like they need money, right? And so, one of the do's that I've learned in getting started in real estate is build the relationships with those lenders. Lenders could be your current bank who've been getting your direct deposit every month, right? That's a relationship that you've built over this long period of time, right? That lender or that bank, they do not want you to go to another lender to get something done, especially if it's a real estate transaction, right? They want you to be the first. They want to be the first that you contact to ask, hey, do you have any lending program that'll help me do this thing? Short-term rental, fix and flip, buy and hold, right? So building that relationship is a must do in the beginning, right? So when you starting off your journey, depending upon what strategy you want to use, right? You're going to pick your specific lenders. Could be private money, could be, like I said, traditional lending, right? but you want to build that relationship. So when you do finally get that deal, you know you got your lender in place, right? So I feel like that was a big myth that I needed money to get started, right? And then that misconception for me was, well, like I don't have any real estate, I mean relationships with people with money or industry or the industry that provides the capital for me to get started in real estate. So those things was buzzed down for me, and I'm super, super grateful for this community and kind of bringing that to the forefront for me. So I hope that kind of helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on out, Jay. What
Yeah,
you got?
no, yeah, it did. Yeah, and I was looking at the chat. A lot of people said me, me, me. I was included. I was a me. So I mean, thinking that you need a lot of money, you don't have it saved up inside a bank account traditionally. So you're like, well, how am I going to do real estate? Like, you have to have deep pockets? Don't you have to have been born with wealth already or a silver spoon? And like, how's this going to work for me? I don't know how it worked for them, but how would it work in my situation? And that's what you care about. You like how you're going to pull this off, how you're going to do it. So even today, you guys, what we learned when we first come into our education base that we all share is we learn about the four currencies. A lot of that you're gonna hear today. That's why I'm prefacing. And we learned that the four currencies is time, money, knowledge, and relationships. Jerry talked about having relationships with the bank, and he also mentioned money. Those are two of the four currencies right there. He also going to talk about credit because he figured that credit was a big factor in the misconception of wanting to get into real estate. So we can even go down there. I do believe when I first started, credit was a big issue, but not because I knew it was a big issue. I didn't even know about credit when I first started. So you can tell why I started. I started out didn't know anything about uh, finances in the sense of business, right? And in real estate, just we're brand new. We just learning. We soaking up the information, watching YouTube, reading this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And you just trying to gather all this information, and we got to see how it works and apply in real life. And so we start off today with talking about some of the misconceptions, and Jerry hit it right on the head when he talks about money being one of those things. And then the second thing for me is like we want to talk about was credit. Thinking that if I have a poor credit score, will I get denied? Well, yeah, you might get denied if you go traditionally, but have you ever heard of the creative ways that our students learn within our education? That way you don't have to use, but Jerry talked about money, and I'm talking about right now, either money or credit. Like, did you know there was a way, right, that you can go out and acquire properties without either the two coming from you? So I definitely wanted to share that part. Push it over to Bobby because he definitely wants to talk about the acquisition side and exit strategy side once you even do get to a point where you can do your first deal.
Right. So I came into real estate by the way of default of YouTube by looking into and just coming across wholesaling. It's not something I knew I had to do something else outside of my 9 to 5. I was looking because I know everybody didn't have a 9 to 5 and was still thriving. And I wasn't much of a business person, but because being in music, and finding that I was getting revenue over time from putting out music in the late 90s, early 2000s. I was getting revenue over time. So I knew that was a way to build money, but I didn't know other ways of doing it. So I came across wholesaling through YouTube. I don't know if it was an accident or if I just seen it. I wish I had the correct story of how I came across it and how I fell in love with it, or how I was just in awe of it to the point where I was like, "What? You can do this? This is amazing." I mean, not coming a lot out of your pocket and just being able to sell the paper after I get it on a contract and present it to somebody else who thought that was a good deal as well, and I would get the difference. That's a middleman. And I'm not going to talk about street pharmaceuticals or how that works, but I mean, growing up in that kind of environment, I seen I seen it, firsthand. So I was like, man, you can do this with houses. Wow, this is crazy, and the payoff is greater. So I was thinking, man, if you do this a few times, I could be out of my 9 to 5 quick, or just learn how to do it. So that's why I started going through the process of going through wholesaling. So I was going through wholesaling. Fast forward, I came into the community, and now the whole platform of real estate investing just expanded beyond my belief of how you could start, how you could get into properties with little to no money, or the different strategies to get into properties and had the same outcome. I was blown away. So by that time, I was still interested in wholesaling, but I was still, now that I have a whole catalog and library of different ways, I got lost in the sauce a little bit. I was going through everything. I was like, wow, you can do this. Now everything sounded like a good idea. So that's when I had to narrow it down. So my acquisition uh, strategy just widened, and I started learning different things, but wholesaling was still my key go-to, just for the fact that this is something that I learned. So I'm getting back into the knowledge and the education of it and how that helped. Now, my misconception was, man, am I going to be able to do this still? Like, what are my requirements? Even though I had the education, it was a learning process that I had to go through. So the knowledge aspect of it just helped building my horizons and giving me the more confidence and surrounding myself with the right people to make this happen. So, and that's where I'm at, and that's how I came to it, and that's where I stand. So the exit strategies and just how everything evolved from my early humble beginnings into where it ended up just made me a well rounded entrepreneur and investor to begin. And that's where I'm at right now, man. And I just love sharing that with other people, because other people don't have that uh, same background or the same knowledge. That's why it's so important to speak on how to get educated and to get to that point, because a lot of people block themselves in and not knowing everything else that is entailed, that involved, that you can do and have that same outcome from where you once started.
Let me ask this question to to both of you guys, and then anybody on that's listening. How were you able to do all that, right, and still maintain your like 9 to 5? Like, I will start with Bobby, if you can answer that, because time is one of the four currencies that we talk about, and I know a lot of people think that is one of their challenges. How do you even find time to do real estate?
I found time to do real estate just by sh- sheer hunger, knowing I had to get out of my 9 to 5. So every spare time that I spent outside of work, I know investment is investing in something is your best ROI return. So I wanted to invest in myself. And I knew I had to do something different, because I was that tired of being in my 9 to 5 that I knew I couldn't continue this. So the time that I spent, I had downtime. I don't spend all my time at work. And there's some time where you come home, you want to relax, you want to make something to eat, you want to chill with your family. But outside of that, there's a time that you can carve in, whether it be an hour or 4 hours, as long as you are dedicating that time. So it's just basically, how bad do you want it? There's downtime. You have downtime. I was watching a lot of TV. I was watching a lot of episodes, Netflix and chill. I could tell you different people, episodes. I could tell you how he died, where he was going. I knew his background better than I knew what I wanted to do in life. So I knew I had to make that switch. So that downtime, I was watching TV. I just switched it to something gaining knowledge, and I knew that's something I wanted to do. So that hunger, it was a no brainer for me.
To answer that question for me, bro, I truly feel like I'm not a good employee anyway. Like, so my job was as a AAA roadside service, kind of gave me a little bit of like freedom to kind of do what I want to do, not the typical job. Hey, did you drop them fries? That part I could never do anyway, right? So I've always was looking for entrepreneurial way to earn an income to spend my time the way I want, right? And so because it was in the vehicle all day long, that's how I was able to take the trainings. The essentials is only 60 hours of training. Some people do 80 hours of work happily. Hey, boss master, I'm here. I'm gonna do some overtime, right? Right. So and also I came in with a mentor who was like, bro, you gotta figure out a way to earn income passively so that you don't have to spend your time trading your time for money. And so that was his general, kind of like an ideology. So for me, it was hard to like not dive into the education, right? And take action. So 6 months into getting my essentials, I was out making offers. If you guys got on the hive with me this week, Hugh Saretsky was pivotal in that. His mantra was ready, fire, aim, meaning you see what you trying to go after it, shoot the offers out, then kind of make it right once you get that offer accepted. Now figure out, oh, I'm going to work with this lender or I'm going to work with this person to help me do the thing, whatever it is, right? So to answer your question of like how the job, how did I find time to do it? It kind of boils down to what are you trying to accomplish? What do you want to do? Everybody else, you can look and compare and, oh, I want to, right? But if you don't take action, ain't nothing gonna happen. Secondly, I want to say the myth is if I just like be in that environment, right? Then it's just gonna happen. You're gonna have to take some action, right? So just want to say definitely took action on taking my trainings. And like I said, ready, fire, aim. Get out there, get busy. Standing on the side isn't gonna help. Okay?
Remind me of the saying, like if you really want it, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find excuses. If you listen to what the both guys just said, they they found time within their busy day to make this fit into their schedule. And if we all had the same 24 hours, just like the wealthy people wake up with the same 24 hours, then you can't make an excuse. If you really want it, it'll show, like Jerry said, is in your actions. It'll show. So for me, I was a commercial Class A CDL truck driver. So the best time for me, for any truck drivers, if your husband a truck driver, you a truck driver, you know somebody, family and friends, truck drivers, the easiest part for me was learning it is because we got online education that I can pop into my phone, hook it up to the dashboard, have my headset on my head, and as I'm driving 45 minutes to this location, I'm soaking up information. There's nothing better than me to do. I don't listen to radio at that point in my life. I haven't turned on the TV screen in probably over 15 or more years until last night watching the Canelo and Crawford fight that I grew up in the boxing culture in my household. So it was real easy for me because I wasn't spending time playing around. I had something serious that I want, right? I locked in, I was serious, but I was also coachable, teachable, and mentorable. Like so I was able to just soak up information as like an intellectual being just by driving down the road. So if I'm going to work, if I'm going back home, I'm studying those classes, I'm learning what I need to learn. So I made time for it to work, just like you make time to go to the gym, you make time for sports or whatever activity. I just made time. I made time for that. I cut out things that didn't serve me, that didn't pay me, or didn't help me get to my end goal. And I made sure I added real estate to that because real estate was the vehicle, the tool, the resource that I needed to take me to where I wanted to go, which is being able to, but so-called financially free, being able to do what you want, when you want, and have the time and money to do it. So I did. Next question I wanted to ask was we covered money, we covered a little bit about time. but and knowledge. But how did, if we go back to like the time and money thing, how did you first discover that you can actually do real estate without using time and money? Like, did you see somebody do it, or did you something you learn somewhere? How did that come about? How did you know that?
How did you know that?
Yeah.
That you didn't have to have time or money in order to invest in real estate? This is something I learned over time. Something I learned over time, and having the proper relationships too. And that's how. And actually, all the deals I've done, I partnered with somebody. Somebody who had either more knowledge than me or had one piece of the puzzle and I had the other piece of the puzzle. Everything I've done in real estate was based on relationships. And now that I have a community of people, it's even if I sign a contract and I'm doing it myself, I'm still in relationships because I'm depending on them to ask questions and come back and figure out what they did or gathering the ARV, make sure everything is okay. And so that's a relationship that I built with the community to the point, even if I'm doing something by myself, I still have a team and it's still a team effort and it's built off relationships and the people I know to help me get enough knowledge and spend that time to actually make that happen. So I also wanted to go back from what we were speaking about earlier. um, I was into video games. I was playing video games. I was one of them dudes come home, play a lot of video games, and somebody I was playing with made $30,000 in a month. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to touch a controller again until I can make 30,000 in a month. And that still is uh I'm still working on that. It's about to come to fruition. Not to say I'm gonna jump back on the joysticks, but not only that, it will give me my time back. And I'm also learning now. I'm also um, using work instead of just working and getting money there. I'm learning on the job, so they pay me to learn real estate investing. So I flipped it and now make that work for me. So I take advantage of that time. I set it up. If I got time, I'm watching classes. I'm watching things on real estate. I'm watching past podcasts of ours. I'm tapping into the community when they have something. So now I'm getting paid to watch, to learn real estate so I can make some more money. So that's how I like that bundle and how it all comes back.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
That's dope.
I see you. I quit my job and I joined this amazing community and tools and resources and knowledge needed to invest in real estate. And I'm going to do the Jew show next. Oh, I see it.
All right. I seen the message come up, but I didn't see where it went. But yeah. Who
Let's
shout out
go.
to, who was that?
Hey,
Let's
nigga,
go.
look at me.
Shout out. Who was that? Shout him out.
That's Kim. That's
Right,
Kim.
shout out to
Let's go.
Kim.
Let's go.
You
Shout out
like
to
how I did
Kim.
that, Kim? So yeah, so hey, one of the things that uh what'd you say? Valerie says, I plan on working for my money until I can make money work for me. That's it, right? It's baby steps. One thing a misconception, right? Or not a misconception, I guess is more of a thing to know when starting out. When starting out, um, the very first thing is definitely you have to figure out what strategy you intend on doing, right? You got to know where you're going with this thing, right? But then I think the biggest or the key is to focus on solving the problem. That's the biggest thing because it doesn't matter the strategy, right? If the problem you can't solve the problem, right? Then you just kind of spinning your wheels. So focusing on the individual problem property, problem landlord, that's what helps you get to the closing table, right? And so I think we kind of focus our thing on not having money. not having a good relationship with your bank or with whomever, right? To produce that income or utilize someone else's credit, right? Um, People buy houses with credit, right? And then how many people you see? Ooh, I got good credit, right? They don't know what to do with it, right? So, the more educated you are, the more opportunities come your way, and the more you can kind of construct or actually put together a transaction, right? It doesn't matter what the strategy is, right? And that's the benefits of, I believe, having your education, right? You have your education. It don't matter what come across your desk. You can dive in and figure out how to do it, right? Without having to call someone, right? Without having to, you can figure out how to do it by way of, diving into your education, right? So I think the key to what I'm, saying here is the most important thing is to make sure you're educated. You can the myth of, hey, I'm on YouTube, I'm I did a lot of TikTok and they show me how to do, man, I'm telling you, it's only going to get you so far. And then you're gonna run into that brick wall, right? I get it. I learned a lot from YouTube. I learned a lot from TikTok, right? But that ain't the answer. I can promise you that, right? And real estate isn't easy. It's nothing about real estate that is easy, right? It's learning the process and then the consistency of doing that process allows it to become simpler for you. You build you a team, you build your people to fund your deals, and now you have a cohesive system that kind of automatically runs on autopilot. And that's where the education part come in, because you build that, you put that together, right?
Mhm.
So that's
Well,
just my take.
before James jump in, you said something. What do you say to somebody who says, "Oh, you're going through a deal and figuring it out, and I'll just do that on YouTube?"
I like that one.
Wait, you just say that one more time.
So I have people, I kind of talk to them about, going through a deal, finding the ARV, actually going through the deal and making sure everything is good, nuts and bolts, everything is tightened up. Can I just do that on YouTube?
Um, you can. I mean, anything is possible, right? Um, However, how sufficient is that YouTube information, right? How, you know, um, I'm not knocking YouTube, right? I'm not saying that you can't get information from YouTube. I'm just saying when you run into a stumbling block, right? How do you get the support from YouTube? You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? And so, real estate comes with challenges. It's about solving problems. When you get to that problem, who do you reach out to at YouTube? You know
there
what I'm
you
saying?
go.
So,
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I know hundreds of real estate investors, hundreds, and I don't know not one who was successful because of YouTube. Like, so the biggest thing that we learn from in our community is experience. Those who have a track record of success, so that way you can speed up your learning curve. You're gonna make mistakes. We all do. But like Jerry said, who do you go to if if you need to talk to somebody directly about something that's happening right now? And YouTube is a great source of information, but how do you streamline that information so that way you can bring it all in for it to make sense for you to get to that closing table? That's going to be a challenge to do because you're just gathering information from all over. So I like that question you posed, Bobby, because I do see that coming up too. I started with the YouTube University like everybody else, gathering information, but it's still, I think it almost leave me more lost than, you just constantly want more. It's like, well, now I learned this, now this brought up a new challenge that I even know that I need to know. So I tackled this, but now this brought upon another thing that I wasn't even aware of that I needed. So
Uh-oh, we got somebody in the chat on Facebook said they want to do the Juice Show. I see you.
yeah, inspired by Kim. Somebody else said on the Facebook side said, "Yeah, I'm going right after Kim." So shout
Hey,
out to Kim, you inspiring the movement.
hey, touch.
Look at that.
Anybody else who want to come, y'all put y'all let us.
Yeah.
Hey, what about a money financial myth about debt? Like some people run away from debt, right? Run away from debt could be you get that credit card application in the mail, right? You be like, I know I can't, get this credit card, or I don't want to get this credit card because I'm just gonna run up a debt. I'm gonna run up a check, right? The myth in that is um that is, it's bad. This company trying to get me to spin up some, so I can have this debt, right? However, that simple credit card or that, debt that you're getting, if you apply that money to an asset that's bringing you in monthly income, right? That debt don't look so bad. You got a $5,000 credit card. Let's use a short-term rental as an example. In my case, a studio apartment. I have $5,000. I can pretty much furnish a studio apartment, right? So if I get a $5,000 credit card, I spend that whole $5,000 furnishing the short-term rental, right? It's a studio apartment. It makes $130 a night, right? Let's just say $100 a night. $3,000 a month coming in from my $5,000 credit card that I just paid, the whole $5,000. My credit card bill, when I get the bill in the mail, it's only gonna be $600, $500. It probably ain't gonna be that, depending upon your credit, right? So you got a monthly bill of a few $100, but you got 3,000 coming in. Do you guys see how that $5,000 debt can really snowball into some monthly income? You can look at a yearly output of that, even if it's just $500-$600 a month that you're getting in profit, right? $6,000 a year, you paying off that credit card, and I don't think y'all really understand. So what does
Man,
it
they
say?
understand. Look, they was lighting up in the chat with the gems. So it's like you put it in
You
a
know what I'm
way
saying?
where it does make sense. My expense on a credit card is $500-$600, but you're making 3,000. That's a positive cash flow about $2,400. Like who wouldn't? Some people probably make 20. Take 2 weeks of working a job to make $2,400. To add that into your net income at that same month, what you're already receiving. Oh man, that's huge. That's a game changer. And on top of what Jerry's saying, to expound on what Jerry's saying, is that once you're able to use that credit in that same sense where you paying on it, then the credit card issuer might up, right, the amount, your limit amount. If they put 10 grand on the card, 6 months later, when they see how much income that you're reporting, right? Then they might say, you know what? No, he can manage credit really good. They'll give him 20 because then he'll probably use more and then we can make more. So another thing about the credit card that I didn't know when I first started, but it's very huge, and I noticed why people get scared, is because the credit card interest rate seems high. It seems high. So like I don't want to use my credit card to pay for all these things because I'm gonna have to pay so much money back. Credit card interest rates is always 21% or higher in most cases. Right? So the tip, this is the tip, right? When we learn our education, is that you pay down the balance to zero so that way you don't pay any interest on the money that you use on that credit card. So now you don't have to worry about the credit card being 21, 27, 32% interest. You will pay no interest if you pay down the balance before the statement date. So that's a tip you can use. So you don't have to worry about credit cards and paying so much money out of pocket for it.
And how'd you get that information, James?
It points right back to this amazing class, Bobby, that I took when
Hmm.
I first met this community called Understanding Credit. And it absolutely blew my mind. I took it and I applied it, and I went from honestly, I tell my private stuff from like a 500 something credit score, not knowing anything about credit, maybe had medical bills on there or something like that, nothing in my name to better credit, understanding these things. So now I'm not fearful when it comes to utilizing my probably 10 credit cards I got in my wallet, right? I'm not fearful for it because they keep giving me money, Bobby. They
Mm.
keep giving me money and I keep accepting it because I'm educated on how to utilize that money, like Jerry said, to go buy a short-term rental. In my case, I did the same thing, short-term rental, and I also bought a truck sitting outside right now looking good. That's made me hundreds of dollars, right? Because it's a work truck. And I was able to write it off, which is a tax class that we learned from in the education.
Man, that class sounds expensive though, man. To learn that information, I don't know, man. Like my credit ain't even that good, so I don't even know where to really begin.
Well, Bobby, everything takes time. And if you just take one step every single day, by the time you look back, you'll realize your credit is good, where you live is better, your health is better, your bank account is better. And it just all it took was for you to learn some things that the wealthy people knew already, and now you have access to it directly from people who specialize in something like credit, or tax attorneys who specialize in how to lower your taxes so that way you have more money at the end of your paycheck. So it's just with time, don't take on too much that you can handle. I tell everybody that I work with, just become 1% better, because at the end of a year you become 37 times. Studies say you become 37 times better than you once where you were when you first started. Just becoming 1% better every single day for a whole year.
That's it. So one of the things, another education or knowledge myth is you don't really need a mentor or a community. You can really do this thing all by yourself, right? I was definitely one of those people. Like I don't really, I'm good. You know, I didn't know how much of a relator I was till I got to this community, right? But um, I did think that, when I came in, like, you know what, I'm just about to take these trainings and get busy out here, move everything out of my way. I'm about to go do this. Me. But then when I got here, like seeing the people and how they're reaching out, and the big people is reaching down and they're grabbing like all the little people. So that was so inspiring, right? And the myth that I kind of like, I guess, adopted was the fact that, the market is saturated. I think I need a license. You know what I'm saying? Uh like if this education thing a scam? How many of y'all thought that? Like, no, they too nice. They giving us too many gems. Like this ain't something ain't right, right? I definitely came in like something ain't right. I ain't never been in no community like this. They all helping people. They telling them how much money they making. They out here like this is weird. Like I straight was like, this ain't normal.
Terry, let me add to what you just said. I felt that way in day one since I met this group. Like I'm talking about big group, like in Chicago. Like I'm like, it was so weird to me. Jerry used the right word. It was weird to me that so many people who's well established wanted to help you, because I never experienced that. So I'm thinking like, this can't be real. Like, why are they so happy go lucky? They were so bubbly, smiley. Just it felt so weird because I didn't come from that. Like people smile from where I'm from, and they don't know you. It's a different type of smile. You better walk across the street smile. Like, so when I seen that and they embrace you like that and don't know you like that, and I haven't been to their houses and sit at the dinner tables, and these people are wealthy, like all type of stuff, embrace you with open hands, walk you through these transactions, like all that. So I definitely agree with what Jerry said. I've experienced that with this group right here that we a part of.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
one of the people that come into my work says that he was like, man, I don't. My experience with people is shady. You know, you said how you know these people? You know, how can you present a deal and they go, man, that is a good deal. I'm gonna try to get that from them. I'm like, man, it don't work like that, man. You got to understand there is good people out here and people want you to succeed and people want you to grow because now that experience, now you got that relationship with that person. Now something can grow from that experience and maybe y'all can do a deal together and start breaking bread together. That's the whole point. Yeah, he's like, man, I don't know. He said, you're special because I know you want to help people and everything like that. But them groups and people I deal with, you know, they're so cutthroat. They're only out for money. They want, you know, not only your best interest of mind, they're only thinking about themselves and greed. And this is, you know, somebody who don't look like us, you saying that type of thing. So I'm thinking like, man, this isn't that group. Everybody wants you to succeed and grow because there's enough out here for everybody to get it to the point where you don't have to be cutthroat. And if everybody got it, why do you got to down him or take something from that person in order to make yourself money when there's enough out here to get and the knowledge and the people that you're connected with that's going to help you get to that point. You
Absolutely.
don't see it.
This is what I
Man.
realized too, Bobby, with what you saying. I felt that with the group when I stepped into it, they were all when I met the group, they were already doing real estate. Like they was getting up on in front of the room talking about their experience. One that I partnered with done over 750 wholesale transactions when I met him. He well off, way crazy past that number now. That's my close friend. Right. And then I met another guy who did over 200 real estate deals in Chicago. I met another person who did hundreds of fix and flipping. And so me seeing it, I'm thinking like, why are they so bubbly? After the meeting, I literally went to the car and said, man, why are they so happy, go lucky, bubbly, help you out? Like, hey, whatever you need, here's my number. Like, who does that? I thought like this. I sat down in my in the car seat on my way about to pull off, and I said it's because they know there's abundance out here. There's nothing small about real estate. It's an abundance out here. And if you have an abundance mindset, you don't look people as threat. You look at people as somebody you can collaborate, you can build upon, right? You can make more, you can leverage, right? You can help them and you can help yourself at the same time. So they don't have that peanut mindset or that crab mentality where they have to pull you down. They were like, man, it's a house on every block, every corner. Like you can have, I can't be in all places at one time. And so it's an abundance out here. So we can all get it. And this is another thing too, Bobby, is that they a lot of people I know who wealthy now started off where most people begin at the floor. And it's so much struggle. Like Jerry mentioned when he said it wasn't easy, right? Real estate might be simple because you can follow steps to get to where you're going, but it's not easy. So when you fighting and you trying to make it to get your first transaction and get your business off the ground, nobody believe in you, or you don't have the money backing or the time really like that, right? You realize that, man, like everybody's gonna struggle till you reach to the top. And so when they get to the top, they see you down below, like, man, I was once down. I remember those days. And they want to help you. I used to think the opposite, that wealthy people didn't want to help you. They well established. Why would they help you? But really, when I met this group, that's what flipped my switch and said, no, they actually see themselves in you in a sense, right? And they want to bring you up too because they know that struggle is real.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Before you go into your what's the names, right? I just wanted to kind of share that there's no perfect time. There's no perfect timing. Oh, today is the day to get started, right? Like on your journey. I'm not saying with the education, I'm saying this is always today is always the perfect time to start real estate because you are a real estate investor. You've been all this long time, whether you like it or not. You've been a real estate investor. You just need to learn how to do it better. How do you learn how to do it better? Tell them how, Bobby.
Yo, this is how to get better. This is what we are talking about every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on the Juice Show, bringing you the juice, dropping the gems, connecting you with other people, relationship rich. Let's go. All right, got the fat fingers this morning. All right, introduction to real estate investing coming up right after this with your very own Mr. Jerry Ruffin. He's going to give you the introduction to real estate, who we are, what we do, how you can get involved, how you can get this information, how you can start using it, how you can start meeting the people we're talking about, how you can start growing your business and give them the education that you need. This is what we provide. This is how we do it. Every Sunday, man, come check us out. If you're on the fence, get to greener pastures on the other side and make it happen, man. Come check out the community, see if it's a right fit for you. And if there's something that you want to do, then we'll welcome you with open arms. All right, coming up, the Real Estate Mastermind, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. Come analyze your leads, and see if they are deals. And come get your questions answered with a group of investors who have a lot of experience that's checking you out, checking out the lead, and making sure everything is well established before you go start signing papers and crossing over to the other side so you don't get in any trouble and you don't have any legal problems because you already went through it, got the right structure, got the right people on your side, because this is all a group community that want you to do better. So plug in. You got that right, Taretha. All right, the Juice Show podcast page. Make sure you like, follow, and review. Check us out. If you are on Facebook, come check us out. Leave us a like. Let us know what you like, what you dislike. Come check out the past podcasts. Come check us out. Let us know how we're doing. If you have any suggestions of what we can do better, how we can grow. If you know somebody who wants to be on the Juice Show that we haven't had yet, please let us know. Do not forget and spread it around. I mean, share this page. Even if you already have this information, share this page to somebody else or just put it out there, because any advertisement is good advertisement. You want as many eyes on this as possible so we can continue growing, and that'll help you out as well. All right. Right now we got deals of the community.
Community.
Man, I'm gonna have to have like some kind of set up radio where I can just hit a button. It would just like, give me my echoes and my flips. I'm doing this all, audible. I need buttons, radio. I'm gonna work on it, man. That's the future. I'll see you in it. All right. These are the people who's actually taking action and making it happen. All right, let's have some fun, man. Everything's so structured, got to be presentable, right? Can't just go off script. All right, check us out, man. These are the people who's actually taking action. You want to see your name up here, and keep in mind this is a small percentage of people. You got to think this is nationwide, all the states. Even now Canada. So this is like 0.1% of the people that's actually doing something. And a lot of these people that we had on our shows that we got to share their deals. So this is something how we can give back to the community, just highlighting people who's actually taking action and making it happen, Captain. All right. So any questions? We like to get back to it. We appreciate all y'all, and we're going to get back into it.
Let's see, do we have some questions? I don't think I got no questions. I see that the manual said he got juiced already. Angela said she's next up after Kim. So hurry up, Kim. Get it out the way. She next up.
Word.
Yeah, so getting started in real estate, y'all, is just getting started, right? Whatever that may look like. And it's going to be different for everybody, right? Some people going to start out using their resources that they have already on their tool belt. They got a good credit score already, or parents of somebody got a home, or, they already got a semi start already. Now they just got to apply the knowledge, right? To turn that thing into a monthly income driving machine, right? And so I believe wholeheartedly that this education that we have access to is powerful. It can change generational wealth if you apply it. right? It's not a game. It's not, it's really, really real if you take it serious, right? And so I commend everybody here who's, taking that step, that is like out here in the trenches, so to speak, right? Not letting the naysayers, the people who ain't doing this thing, right, tell you that, oh no, that ain't a good move, right? But as I said earlier, you are a real estate investor, whether you like it or not. Period. You either investing for somebody else or you investing for yourself. It just makes sense to learn how to be a better investor, right? So this is what we provide. This is episode 105, right? So our consistency is, that we want to come here and bring value, help people get to their next step, right? And so I'm committed to, doing the very best that I can to bring you guys the value that I've received from this community, right? So get whoever got you here and make that connection. So
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
everybody for showing up, and Jay, take it away.
Yeah, so yeah, like what Jerry said, like real estate is really big on relationships. We started off with want to tell you like some of the best ways, to get started. We, as you can see, most of us talk today about education. Like that how can you do anything without having the instructions on how to do it? Like you don't want to wing it or you don't want to treat this business like a hobby because I guarantee you it will cost you like a hobby, but you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. And you don't want to do this stuff alone. You want mentors, you want support, you want help. So our education comes with the knowledge, but then our community comes with the support. And when you put those two together, the knowledge and relationships and support together, then just your world opens up. You can do almost anything that you once probably told yourself that you can't. Maybe the credit was a myth. Maybe the money was the myth. Maybe the time was a myth. But remember, everybody that you see on the screen right now, those you see in the chat, and people that's on Facebook who want to do real estate investing, they all made a way to do it. They made a way in their busy schedule with the kids running around, bothering them, need their attention. They found a way to do it. They found a way to say, no excuses. I'm going to make this happen. If it's up to be, it's up to me. And so we're going to make it happen. But I'm not going to do this alone. And I got the support of the Juice crew, the Juice show, and the family. Like I can be successful. So I want you guys to know that we are accessible. So you can always reach out to us, reach out to the people that invited you because they have your best interests in mind. They want to see you thrive because you think that Sunday is the last day of the week, right? This is the first day of the week. That's why you see in our face. And Jerry, you get to, I'm sorry you get to look at his face, but at least you get to see my face. So good looking face. So look, we the start of the week, right? And we want to get that information out to you in case you ain't know. So that's why we share 2 years straight, episode 105, all this information, because we could have kept it to ourselves, but you can't really keep it to yourself because you can't keep a good thing down. So, man, we just wish you all the best and success. And like LaShawn said in the chat, like tell people what we got going on. If you feel value about what you got today, if you like Bobby coming out and saying you got juice, like you having fun, let us know inside of our Facebook group that's in the chat right now. You guys can get that link, leave us some supporting words, whatever. Reach out to us, let us know what you guys think, because you help us make the next episode better based on what you guys really want, and we try to deliver it to you. So I push it over to LaShawn because I know she has something sweet she want to let you guys know.
I just want to share with everybody that there is always room to learn, that we never stop learning. And it just surprises me how many people don't realize that they're already investing in real estate. So why not be the one to receive the income or the cash flow or the knowledge or the relationships, from it and just make it grow. Because so many people say, I don't want my job, or I want to increase my income, or I just want to leave a legacy. And this is where to begin to start. So back to you guys.
All right. I wanted to say a couple quotes that fit today's theme that we went over. And the first one is, don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. That's Mr. Will Rogers. All right. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And that's the dude who created the bifocals, Mr. Benjamin Franklin. The best investment on earth is earth. So telling you to buy some land, start learning how to do this. This is where it's at. That's Louis Glickman. And you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And that's another mentor of mine, Mr. Zig Ziglar. If you're unfamiliar with these people, get to know them, and it'll help you in your marketing too. So that's what I want to end it on. And you have been
And
Juice,
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 juice.
juice.
juiced. All right, until next Sunday, I think we got Kim Todd. Oh,
And it
I'm
with a
geek.
banger.
Man, I'm geek now.
Our
Shoot.
biggest support, Miss.
And we got a part two after that. So we got two people coming up, man. I am excited. I'm ecstatic. So,
I'm
man,
sorry,
I've been,
Kim.
yeah, no, don't be sorry. Be rejoiceful. Be happy. We've been waiting on this moment. Come on now.
Hey,
Tell your
Kim, we
story,
shout you
share it
out
with
to the
other people.
world today. And the YouTubes that know your name, the Facebooks know your name. We shout
Man,
you because you big. You
If I
big
come up
time.
missing, y'all know why.
yeah. I'm about to tell my neighbor I don't even speak to him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna see y'all next Sunday. This is where we're gonna be at. We appreciate, we love y'all. Let's grow. Let's go. All right.
Let's
Until next
go.
Sunday at 11:30, get your peoples on. Let's get it.
Get
Show.
it.